So let's go ahead and use properties here. In our first component, let's add a parameter. We call it props. And here where we have our render function is the React.js render, we want to add properties here as well. So we will have, for example, name. I'm gonna put my name, and then we have, say, text1. This is gonna be welcome, and then text2 will say thank you for visiting. Okay, let's go back to our component. We have our parameter here. Now let's replace all our text with these properties. So in our h4 we want to add props. We will replace the text with props dot name. Okay, first be here. I'm gonna remove all this text from here, and I will output the text1 property, and then the second one is gonna be for the text2. I'm gonna save it, go back my page, refresh it, and you see that our properties are working good. And it didn't change much, we changed just the content of it. So let's go ahead and create another component, which we'll call this. The second component is gonna call the first component, and it's gonna output with different content, different properties. Okay, let's go ahead and add a function, second component, and of course we will have properties here. I mean, we can choose anything for the properties for the parameter. Let's choose here content, for example, and here we want to have a return function. What am I doing here? And here we will call our first component. I'll just copy everything from our render function. I'll paste it here, and I will just replace the text we have here. So I'll remove the name and I'll replace it with the component. So we have content dot name, and I'm gonna do the same thing for text1 and text2. Okay, and then here I will just replace, and the render function, I'll replace my first component with the second component. I will save it. So right now it shouldn't change anything on the page. So we see it works, everything is good. But what I want to do now is I want to call the first component directly in the render with different properties. It's going to have a different name, different text1 and different text2. In order to do that, we cannot render two properties. If we want to render two properties, we should wrap them. So I'm going to use a div here. Okay, and I'll just render here the first component. So I have my first component. Let's change a different name here. Let's change them to Joe. Text, let's say I love React.js. Then here I love programming. I'm gonna save it, go back and refresh the page, and we see we have two alerts right now. So what we did here is basically we render the same component with different text, with different content. So we have here first component, we call it directly, and then we have the second one, we call the second component, and the second component calls the first component with these properties from here. So pretty cool, isn't it, guys? And then after that, everything is being outputted in our div ID, which is my first React component. Okay guys, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.